Once upon a time, two boys grew up playing hockey in the village of Terrace, British Columbia. One of them went on to play in the National Hockey League. The other became a comedian. Now, one flies planes and coaches youth hockey. The other is still a comedian and owns new skates. This is their podcast, Enjoying Orange Slices with Jeff and Ian.
Welcome to the Chocolate Cake Show, disguising as a muffin. My name's Ian, that's Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? Hey, welcome to Enjoying Orange Slices. I'm Ian, this is Jeff. We got a show today where we're going back old school, where our buddy Darren Millard might drop by, he might not, one don't know. It's very exciting times here on the Enjoying Slices Enjoying Slices podcast.
Just slices now. We're dropping the... So
we should just go slices. Slices is pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. And that's a great muffin, Costco chocolate chip muffin, which is masquerading as chocolate cake with a muffin coming in a muffin tin, right? I'm like, it's not a chance.
They should
oh my God, it's so good. I gotta share it because I don't want to eat the whole muffin by myself. I'm like.
You don't need the 1,700 calories to yourself.
No, like you don't want to share it, but you kind of have to, right?
That's so funny.
Like if I was in my 20s still, I'd probably take down about 4 of them. But
absolutely,
I'm like,
I think they should sell it in a different way. They should like play with it, like a chocolate muffin with a touch of cake, or. A cupcake with a touch of muffin, something like that.
Yeah, with a side of muffin. It's like, you have like to, when they make wine, make wine, and it's got to be like Napa, it's got to be for a certain amount from Napa.
Yeah.
Like it's got to have a certain amount of chocolate muffin in it, but it's mostly just cake. 5% chocolate muffin, 95% unbelievable chocolate cake.
How Trader Joe's has got that fiber muffin that they start selling the fiberless muffin, 0% fiber.
Well, we both know we learned our lesson with fiber and probiotics. We both know about Fiber One. Still one of my favorite stories.
Both of us learned about 30,000 feet in the air, halfway across the country. That's what we both learned about it.
I learned about probiotics when I was crossing Century Boulevard by the Sheraton in LA. I was like, oh man.
Sunday I walked by, I got in at 11:30 a.m. and I was just like, oh, there's a hotel calling me for breakfast. I walked on by. Best bacon probably in Southern California.
Yeah. The Hyatt, Century and Sepulveda on the corner, and they treat you great there. And the bacon is unbelievable. And it's stacked like logs on top of each other. It's almost like a pyramid. The way they bring it out is it's so good. And
it's probably as many people that built a pyramid working there. That's how many pieces of bacame they have there. It's
awesome.
Yeah, it's the food. It's the food show today.
We've a couple of our favorite things to talk about: chocolate muffins and bacon. So
where were you? You just flew in. Where'd you fly in?
Yeah, I was just just got here. Arms are tired, right? So sick. That's awful. Portland today.
Hold on, just let me hit stop. Let's start this again.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a terrible attempt at humor. But yeah, we came in and we're in Vegas. So nice thing about being in Vegas on an overnight is I get to just live my life. So we'll be working with the youth this afternoon, the youths, and then we'll get to watch a hockey game tonight. So it's good.
I've been on the ice a couple times, just going out and skating because I'm breaking in a new pair of skates.
Well, you know what? The intro does say.
Just hold up.
He's got a new pair of skates.
But you haven't got yours. The person that needs them hasn't got theirs yet. But I'm just like, hey.
And you know what? I need a stick. Marty never bit. When I'll have to be a little bit more. When we get together next time and do a show together, might have to lean on Marty a little harder.
I found a lefty here yesterday that it's one of those CCMs. Remember Dana gave us a couple of years ago, gave us all those CCMs. For some reason, you have a lefty here. Do you want that one?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Next time you come into town, or I'll come down there. Nah, it's okay. I'll get one. It's not like I need to be working on my shot when I'm most supposed to be out there helping kids. So
We have a couple equipment guys we need to get on the show. So we need to expand our equipment guys so we can get some stuff. We got a couple guys. A young man that was equipment manager for the USA team that just won gold would like to come on the show, as well as Ravish and Rick from Philadelphia. So we'll get him on the show as well. So just to talk about things.
yeah, we're kind of circling the wagons. We've had we got Shane Knighty, he's coming up. We just talked to him, and we got Millard on. He kind of,
Maybe,
maybe
maybe have
we've had him on. So we've had Dave Goshan. We had Rick on last week. So we've kind of color commentary. We've had Jamie Hirschon, who does everything. We're bringing Shane Knighty on, and then Rick Ball was on. So yeah, let's get the trainers. We'll start working
we've had
into
the talkers. We've
staff.
had the talkers. Now let's get the workers. Let's get the workers now. So.
Yeah, that's right. They are. If you want to look up the best people in the world, look up the training staff, equipment staff with any team in any league, and they're salt of the earth people. They'll do anything for you, and they work when you're there, and they work when you're not there, and they work in the middle of the night. So that's what behind every really good team. There's an even better training staff. I can promise you that.
It's a thankless job even when they thank you. I don't know if there's enough thank yous you can give an equipment trainer.
No, that's for sure. So
We need to get some medical guys on too.
Yeah, well, we can. There's lots of people. We haven't really scratched the surface of guests, but we're starting to scratch it. So we'll look at that, and we also want to get on. We want to get on someone that's talking about as kids come out of minor hockey, the opportunities, uh, uh, what they look like as they're expanding, as the game's rapidly changing from youth minor hockey to junior and into college and ultimately pro. But there's a lot going on there too. So, but
We
there's
should
been a
also
lot.
have people send in who you'd like to see on the show. Like don't say Wayne Gretzky. Like like pick something that we might be able to take a run at and see who you'd like us to talk to. So
Yeah, for sure. And talking about the great one, he wasn't on the trade deadline show, but Biz was. It was a big hit. A friend of mine was coming through the Toronto airport to come out here, and he said he heard all this ruckus and all these people are yelling Biz, Biz, Biz. So he's like the mayor up in Toronto, and he goes, I just need to find my gate. Where's Phoenix? And everyone's like, C19, go back that way.
no
C19.
way.
Oh
He's
yeah,
just
yeah. It was just like
he's
pandemonium. Everyone's yelling. My friend walks up and there's this kerfuffle and it's Biz. And in the end, all he was trying to do was find his gate. I think he was going to Phoenix or wherever.
That's really funny. He was
So
as lost in the airport as he is lost on the show.
yeah. So and of course he's had a tough deadline because I guess we can start on the Leafs. Moved some guys out. So it's pretty crazy to see where the Leafs and the Panthers are. Panthers a little bit more. You can see why after 3 years of going to the finals.
Yeah,
And
you run it until the wheels come off, and the wheels are coming off. We kind of expected it was going that way last year, and they were able to pull it off right at the end. But they were just too far out this year, so there's no point in trying, right?
well, the thing I like about the Panthers though is they're still going on the rims. Like they're not pulling over. They're
Right.
still going to keep going. They're not like so the way they're wired. Although it looks like there was some talk around Bobrovsky at the trade deadline. Kind of some talk around that team that they're probably not used to and probably weren't very happy about. They don't want to hear about their star goalie moving on. They want people coming in. They don't want people going out. And I know he's on he's an unrestricted free agent this summer. But I think he's kind of we talk about glue guys, but I really think he's one of those guys that is a guy that you want to have around. He's part of what's made him successful. He's part of the aura and the swagger of that team. Not real big on using the word swagger, but they definitely have it, and they, and the identity of they're never out of it. So it was odd to hear Florida being talked about that way. The Leafs have just kind of been a mess this year, and really unfortunate. But they look like they're gonna move off to the
The Leafs
rest
were
area.
the Leafs. To me, the Leafs were. The games are so compact, right?
Yeah.
There was no this year getting yourself into it. Any teams that needed to kind of get it going have just fallen apart. Like nobody, you were either right on it right at the beginning or you weren't.
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that. I had to go to do not disturb, and now I took myself off the. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still see you, but you didn't hear a word I said. I'm sure
No, I did. I heard what you said, but
no, you gave me a mm-hmm.
you know what? That chocolate muffin must have got to me. I went to hit do
Run,
not disturb, and
running
so
on
I could
pure
listen to
sugar,
everything
pure
you said,
flour.
and now uh, we are where we are. So
That's your pilot.
yep, that's right. Don't ask me to use the
Just,
phone.
just
So
look at where are we? Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a call. I had to turn it on to do not disturb. And to let you know, if you look out the left side, you'll notice we are where we are. And if you look out the right side, you'll notice we're just there.
yep, exactly. But we're still airborne, which is all that
Do
matters.
you point out things? Do you ever point out things?
Um, let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a UFO.
I'll give you an example. I don't like talking to people don't they get I might be wrong and someone could send in something on this, but I don't want to be bothered when I'm in the back if there's something of pertinence to the flight, like, hey, you're going over the Rockies and it's going to be really rough, or there's some weather, you're going out to Hawaii and it's going to be really rough, or wherever you're going. People like to know that stuff. Um, I don't know at 6 in the morning if someone wants to know that Mount Rainier's on our left side. And some people do a really good job of it. It's not really my game. I just like to give people a flight time. I like to let them know that we'll try and get the seatbelt sign off. And like coming into Vegas today, I'll just let them know that we're coming in. Obviously, they know we're coming in from the northwest, but that we're going to have the strip on the left-hand side, big left-hand turn, and we'll land to the west. So that's kind of it. So.
We're
Yeah.
coming in hot. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all.
but people want
That's
to
all you give
know.
them.
They want to know flight time. Some people want to know. Some people want to know if there's turbulence or not. Some people don't care because it scares them. But I like to let people know if it's going to be rough. Turn this.
I like it. I like it when they tell when they just tell the staff to sit down and then don't tell us anything.
That's yeah, and usually what we'll say is that's I'll talk to the people too, and if it's been rough for like half an hour, 45 minutes, and you told them it was going to be 15 to 20 minutes, then I'll come on and say something. But if we're going across the country, people either have their music or they're reading or they're sleeping. And if everything's just kind of, casual, there's no sense to come on and tell them we're going over the Rockies. Now, if we sit the flight attendants down, then we let people know what's going on 100%. But yeah, I do way more talking on this podcast than I do in the air.
And I just look out the window.
From one Charlie.
Oh my God. I sat on the way home from Calgary this weekend. I sat in the back of the bus and it's just gross.
What are you doing back there?
Just being angry was what I was doing. You know what it was? I didn't buy it. It was sold out. I couldn't get it. Like I was lucky I got on that plane. It was completely decked out. So when they say people aren't coming down here, I say liar, liar, pants on fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was totally packed out and 9 a.m. into LA at 11:30 a.m.
Beautiful. So you didn't know you were going to be in Calgary that weekend?
No, surprised me.
And then you're like, hey, I'm in Calgary. Now I got to get home. How's that going to work? You're better than you were, though. You used to be last minute Johnny, but now you're just about.
Almost.
Yeah,
I'm
almost. So anyways,
back to
talking about
hockey.
Calgary, great city, right? You were there, and
Loved
they
it.
did some
Great
moves.
people.
They did some moves. I like what they're doing. They moved Kadri. after the trade deadline. Didn't think that was possible. Thought it would end at noon, but
Yeah.
that trade got announced at 1 p.m.
Well, yeah, 12:45 p.m. They decided that, oh, well, time change is happening, so we might as well be able to do it. So yeah, I was like,
What do you think? What do you think about him going to Colorado?
I think it makes them even better. Like it gives them a little bit more grind, right? Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you got to think that them and they Minneapolis and them are going to be the two teams to watch.
Minneapolis.
I call them Minneapolis because I don't like St. Paul.
Well, aren't they the Minnesota Wild? So I don't ever. St. Paul's.
No,
Isn't that where the airport is? St. Paul? Come on, you should know that.
No,
The Mall of America. You
yeah,
got.
that's not in St. Paul. St. Paul's where the rink is. The XL Center's in St. Paul.
Yeah.
But
Hey, okay, enough about St. Paul since you don't like it so much. All you do.
No, I love St. Paul. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, Minnie's fun. I like
Twin Cities.
Oh yeah, not as opposed to the Tri-Cities, which is Pasco, Kennewick, and I got to think of the third one there, Tri-Cities, Washington. Pasco, Kennewick, and Pasco, Kennewick. I
don't even know.
Oh well, it's been a while since I've been over there. But what about the four centermen that they have in Colorado now? McKinnon, Nelson, Kadri, and Sneaky. Although they paid a first rounder, it's gonna be 32nd overall. Nick Waugh. Actually, it's next year's, but it'll still be a low first round pick. Pretty impressive. Like Nick Waugh, he loves, when he was in Vegas, he did a great job. He could move up in your lineup. I don't know if he ever really loved being up in the lineup as much as he likes being back. He loves being in the 4C spot there. So I think Colorado that's how you build your team, right? Defense and up the middle. They've done a pretty nice job.
I think they've done a great job, and I think it's win now, right? That's what these teams are doing. Win now. They're not building for the future or trying to be in the mushy middle, as they call it. I think they're trying to win now, and it's better entertainment for all of us.
100%. And but with all of this, what we have is we have some mushy middle, but it's out in the Pacific Division. Like Central is amazing with those top three teams, but the Pacific is kind of mushy this year. And why not? Like you got teams that you never thought would be looking for a playoff spot. Nashville's not that far out as we speak. San Jose's right there. Seattle's in a spot, and Winnipeg, I'm still not counting them out.
I'm not counting them out, not until it's done. I just
if you look at the schedules of the teams around Winnipeg, and I looked at Seattle and San Jose last night, and we love San Jose because our friend Dougie Hood is there. We want to see him do really well. But San Jose is on the road, real tough swing as we speak. Seattle's got a killer road trip coming up at the end of March. The window, it might only be open a crack, but there's fresh air coming in. And Winnipeg has an opportunity with the homestand they're on right now to close the gap, and with a veteran team, and expect them to play well coming down the stretch.
Why don't we ask Darren Millard more questions about all this?
Is he here?
Yes, let's bring him in. Thanks for not swearing, Darren.
Why did you hit pause?
Because we're a Christian show, and we don't want you coming in here with your devil worshiping.
Christians not swear at all?
No, but they don't have those masks in the back, hiding themselves from Jesus.
Gilles Graton.
I always get excited when I see your masks.
That guy was loony. Gilles Graton. He was a bit out there.
Oh my God.
If anybody wants to spend a couple hours enjoying a rabbit hole, just Google and go down the path of Gilles Graton.
But is there any Gilles that isn't a little bit twisted? I don't think that any of them have not been a little bit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gilles Meloche.
Yes,
good guy.
No, he's a great guy, but he was a little bit off.
Really?
Oh yes, I used to go to these hockey tournaments in Kelowna, and I'd do comedy, and he'd do like a talk, and he just used to sit and check people in. Like
really?
Yeah, it was just so funny. I'm like, aren't you Gilles Meloche?
Gilles Meloche?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How about another name, Rennie? Rennie's another one.
Yes.
Rennie Levesque, a little bit like a little fiery. If you get a name Rennie, they're gonna have a little fire with them.
Well, how many Rennies do you know?
3.
Yeah, I know. I did over the course of my life about 3. Yeah,
3.
and they were all fired up.
Really?
No,
Did you know Rennie Levesque?
Well,
Ian knew Rennie.
You just
Ian-
knew of him?
Players A, extra strong, weren't they?
Yeah, players. Just a cigarette like this, just listening to your.
When politicians were politicians.
Yeah. His cigarettes were 90% ash. That like Jeff's muffins. They're not that are 90% cake.
That's right. They call them muffins, but there's only 10% muffin in there. I'm proud of it too. God,
Yeah,
that's so good.
And who's happier than you?
Nobody,
because we're happy
No.
to see you this morning.
No, don't. I mean, with your muffins, like who's
Oh, I
happier
know.
than
No.
you? Don't
I got,
apologize for being happy.
No, I'm not. I'm real happy. I'm in Vegas this morning.
I thought you were in Portland.
No, I'm here. The miracle of flight this morning. That's what happened.
Oh, I thought you were on a trip this week.
I am on it, but I actually was able to get to Vegas.
So you went to Portland last night, and now you're back already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which wouldn't be a big deal if you were on a business trip, but you were working. I thought you'd be gone for more than a day.
Well, but then it's not like you get to stay here overnight, but then you got to get going again. So we're back at her again tomorrow.
His carbon footprint doesn't make sense. He left town to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what? Wait till the Echo people get a hold of you.
I know. Well, I did it with another 180 people. So, I mean, we tried to carpool.
Oh, hey, don't bring them into your pot. That's a little mean.
It's okay.
That'd be great if
That's
all
okay.
180
Hey,
of you
so,
went up and came back the same.
What he was doing was saying your guy was open, so I had to cover for you, and that's why I got scored on. That's what he just did.
No,
Yeah,
there's no.
calm her
I
down,
am
Yari.
There's definitely a me, but we were a team. We all got on. We all showed up last night, and we all went north together. So,
All right, Jill.
Renee.
I never
So-
smoked, but I got the allure of the idea.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be that guy, but I didn't like that wouldn't have worked. So this, I think I would have just gone hands free.
Martin Short in Saturday Night Live, the fake 60-minute sketch. Well, I didn't say that. You said that. We had
Yes, yes.
Hey, but don't you think you have to? There's a certain way some people make smoking look really like the vanity just oozes out of them when they smoke. Although,
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. After
and other people are just geeks at it,
yeah.
trying to be cool, and there's no.
I know, like-
What was that?
That was completely. I may have done it wrong.
What were you guys talking about?
If you're listening to this, I smoked something completely different.
Yeah. Yeah, bubbles.
Yeah, Ian used to blow a lot of bubbles. We were talking around travel and chocolate muffins about Colorado and Calgary. We talked a little bit about Toronto and Florida, just about the trade deadline. Anything? Obviously, you are everything, all hockey, all VGK, and anything catch your eye at the deadline, like odd or something that you think will look out for down the road?
Probably the biggest thing that jumped out at me was the teams that were sellers didn't sell off. There were still several pieces in the cupboard on Nashville, which obviously let people know that they were selling. Vancouver for sure on the selling side of it, and a number of pieces that could have been given away or for maybe not market value because the market was pretty strong. Maybe wouldn't have met up to the 2026 price, but they still had an opportunity to either clear some space for others in these final 20 games or recoup a little bit coming back. So that I was surprised the sell-off across the board wasn't as extreme as in years past.
Hey, what's your take on? There was a lot of talk about goaltending at the deadline. What's your take on, like, you see when players move, forwards and defensemen, there's a transitional phase.
Yeah.
How much harder or longer is that for a goaltender, do you think? Especially if you have such a short runway, 20 games left after the deadline. Like if a player's taken a certain amount of games, let's say 10, to kind of get their feet underneath them, 5 to 10, what's a goalie need?
Well, a goalie's only going to play 10 if there's 20 left.
Mm-hmm.
So that cuts your window or runway to adapt in half. And maybe they don't even play that many. I've never gone through it as an athlete, and I certainly have not been able to experience being traded as a goaltender. But I'll go with some anecdotal commentary that our good friend Kevin Woodley from In Goal Radio at the podcast and In Goal Magazine has offered up. It takes a while to adjust to one, the system, two, your surroundings, and three, how you play on the fly when you're in the throes of a 2-on-1, or you've got you're battling a screen front presence, and your defenseman is used to doing this, but you're used to them doing that. That takes more than a couple of games to get through. And by the time you get through those couple of games, you're right in the middle of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and there's a lot of pressure. And you generally, in the Stanley Cup playoffs, want to just default to what you do. And that means going back to your old system, old style. So it's been problematic over the years, a goaltender being traded at the deadline and getting positive results. And I think that's why the Colorado Avalanche did their best a year ago. They didn't like their goaltending, so they went all in and made the change in the first third of the season and changed their goaltending entirely. And if you're the Edmonton Oilers or the Pittsburgh Penguins, it hasn't worked out for Edmonton, has for Pittsburgh to a better extent. You wanted to get a jump on it and give Tristan Jarry an opportunity to be accustomed to his environment earlier than the final 20 games. And maybe it'll work. Maybe this is the bump that Tristan Jarry is going through that would normally happen in the final 20 games and into the Stanley Cup playoffs. But because Edmonton was ahead of it, he'll find his rhythm and be back to what the Edmonton Oilers expected. I wouldn't write that deal off just yet because they were so on the front foot in getting ahead of making that change.
Obviously, they haven't written it off either, right? Because they didn't do anything. So
no,
right.
And I'm not sure that they could necessarily, because that contract is burdensome right now based on the play, and they're hopeful that if Jarry doesn't work, then Connor Ingram can step in and give them some saves, and if they get average goaltending, Lord Bagg,
Mm-hmm.
they're okay. If
Mm-hmm.
it's slightly below that at all, they're in trouble. But average goaltending means that Edmonton will be competitive just based on their ability to score.
They need average goaltending for Edmonton is they need 6 or less goals a game, right? Right.
No, I would say three or less.
3 or less, which is pretty impressive.
No,
Right?
the rest of the
average.
league, you need 2 or less.
Yeah.
To be competitive. A full that makes a big difference, that full goal.
Yeah. Hey, so looking at them, they were just through Vegas last week. Them in Vegas, not off to the greatest start after the Olympic break. I mean, these two teams have been part of the conversation in the Pacific and the Western Conference for a long time. What was your takeaway watching? I think we talk a lot about Vegas anyways, but watching Edmonton, like, what was your takeaway? Do you see, like, they played pretty well here the other night, I thought.
Yeah, that was their best game in a while, and that was the second
Yeah.
straight good game for Vegas.
Yeah, and Vegas is played better, but just haven't got any results. So do you think, like, there's a lot of miles on these two teams, especially Edmonton over the last couple of years, but do you see that these two teams now starting to kind of, as they're coming around the clubhouse turn and the finishes in sight, start to elevate their game a little bit more? Like, there stuff that you saw that really impressed you the other night?
Yeah, well, on the Vegas side, I thought you saw a lot more urgency, a more of a 60-minute game from start to finish. Now, the first couple of minutes, there were some chances for Edmonton. Vegas got some saves, and then Vegas was good in the majority, the back half of the first period, and the rest of the way was a really good hockey game. That was a fun game. I looked at the schedule and saw a 5-game road trip coming out of the Olympic break for Vegas, a cross-country trip off the start from LA to Washington. Really good competition when they got home in the likes of Minnesota and Edmonton, and then Dallas on the road. It was a beast, and it was could Vegas get through that 500, the 7-8 game stretch with half the number of points available. That's going to be a challenge right now, but it was that type of schedule that was going to be significant in their face type of something to overcome. So Vegas is kind of where I expected. They're getting better. They're finding some rhythm. I think it's positive, and I'm optimistic you'll see them turn a corner here in the next week. For Edmonton, they used Vegas the same way Vegas used them, as a little bit of a measuring stick and a little cattle prod, get them going. And it worked. Now they've got their own type of schedule that's looking in the face that's going to make it difficult. But I think those two teams look at each other and said, we are the measuring stick, and we'll base our performance off each other instead of the Anaheims and the Seattles and the Los Angeles teams. I still think it's a 2-team race for that division, or will be in the end.
Hey, talk about let's talk about the Central for a second, because that's where the heavy lifting's been done all year. I really like Mini. I love Colorado, but and Dallas is always there.
You can't take them all.
Mini. No, I that's who I'm taking.
That's
I really like
Jeff
Mini.
Sharples. That's Jeff Sharples picking him
Jeff
up.
just took Minnesota, Dallas, and Colorado. He did leave Lord Bagg Seattle.
No,
or Utah.
Columbus. I left him Columbus because we all know they're in the West. I like Mini. I like those other teams. Which team do you look at coming on the deadline? And it's easy, I know, to pick Colorado, but I really like what Minnesota's done.
Yeah, I like Dallas because they can score and they're motivated. They've been there the last couple of years. They have strength in every position. Injuries worry me a little bit. How whether or not they can stay healthy, but I like Dallas in that division. Colorado's had a remarkable season, and what they did at the center ice position at the deadline was impressive in both Kadri and Nick Waugh. But if it comes down to a series, I would pick the Dallas Stars to come out of that division again.
Really?
LB?
I'm gonna go Colorado. I don't. Dallas, for some reason, here's my problem with Dallas. They weren't able to do a DeBoer. A assistant coach was risen up to become the coach. I don't feel that ever.
Not in Dallas. From Edmonton to Dallas.
Okay, so I was wrong. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought he was an assistant coach in Dallas. Okay. Forget it. My theory's out. No, that's my theory's out. My theory's out. My theory's out because I don't think I don't see an assistant coach pulling comes up through the system and become an assistant coach, becomes a head coach, pulling anything off. You don't ever see that.
So you don't like LA?
No, LA's no.
Yeah, but just remember in Dallas to help.
LA, nope. And I love LA Kings, but that somebody doesn't like to fire somebody. Somebody doesn't like to fire during the season. Someone doesn't like to fire people during the season and just place somebody in there. I think it's just a placeholder. I honestly don't believe that. I don't believe they think they can do it.
So you don't think that they have a shot at climbing their way back into the playoff picture?
Well, they win last night.
What's that?
Yeah, the big win.
If I don't think that's. I really don't. I don't know. I don't.
Would you?
To me, that whole system that was there was the whole problem. Like for the coaching, like it was
too passive, too
conservative.
I think.
Yeah, so it's very conservative, and also just immediately threw everything in the blender.
Mm.
As soon as one thing went wrong, you just seen every piece be pulled out and changed around. Oh, that's not the puzzle. This is the puzzle, right? Right? Immediately.
Well, why would you go out and acquire Artemi Panarin if you were going to be so passive?
Because you're not going to have Kopitar next year.
No, no. But if you're going, why would you go get a guy that can push the pace and score goals if you're going to sit
Because
back?
he's not, but he's not going to be there next year.
Yeah.
That's
So that's why
I think so.
you make the change because you're hoping to get a little more push up front, and DJ can do that. DJ doesn't mind coaching offensively.
You get him with hopes that you have already planned for next year, but if something happens this year, it's kind of a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
LB, would you say low event hockey and the LA Kings go hand in hand?
Low event?
Low event hockey and the LA Kings. Would you say that?
No.
Okay,
This
because
year,
what I'm
they
trying to
were
get
the
at,
last couple of years.
yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say that, but when they won, it wasn't low event. When they were winning, it wasn't low event hockey, but it has been, right?
They're only a point out, and if they get the coaching bump even from inside, they're a contender to make the
why would you
playoffs.
get rid of Perry? I don't know why you'd get rid of Perry if you're looking for like.
well,
He grabbed a second round pick.
yeah.
Why
you got
wouldn't you?
Exactly. But I'm saying for right now, we're talking for right now.
But there could have been a deal to flip that second round pick at the deadline that fell through, and they did bring in Lawton. So you bring in, okay, so you have a lot of young wingers. You bring in a centerman that's got some bite, okay. So out goes Perry with a second rounder. Then you bring Lawton in. But what I was getting at earlier about low event is, if you look at the goals against, the Kings they don't give up a lot. Now they won 5-4. This in Columbus the other night, but they don't give up a lot, so they squeeze you. And we've been used to watching them counterpunch a lot, but they were one or two breaks away from getting by Edmonton, or at least they pushed Edmonton pretty far last year, and there was a little bit of a meltdown there, but in the end, they're low event. So I think what I'm saying is, they're in every game and they make you work. They grind you, and they're a pretty good sized team, right? That's all. So I think if they get in, they can grind you a little bit and counterpunch you a bit.
But they're a great team, but it feels like the ice has been slanted, like they're playing uphill no matter what. I don't know why they always feel like they're playing uphill every game, right?
Because they sit back. Because they are.
But why do they do that? But what's making them play uphill? What is that?
They're 28th in goals scored. That puts you uphill. And
They shouldn't be 20. They shouldn't be 28th. That's what
their system played that way. They didn't push the pace. Now they're middle of the pack when it comes to goals scored, which isn't bad, but when you're that low in goals scored, it makes life difficult on yourself, and that's why their goal differential, borrowing something from the Olympic Games that we heard a lot about, the difference between goals scored and goals allowed is pretty extreme for a team that's knocking on the door of the playoffs. I think it's like minus 24, 25. That's crazy for a team that's trying to crack the playoffs.
Yeah. Which means you bring in Panarin, who can score, but you still minus 24 going into the end of the season.
But you're a point out. Remember that.
Okay, yeah, which is crazy.
But yeah, for a team that made that many changes, it's they didn't look like buyers. I agree with you. They didn't look like buyers, but I don't think that they threw in the towel as much as everybody thought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can throw in the towel. I don't think you're throwing in the towel if you don't make that many changes. You believe in that team at the beginning of the year. You still got to believe them at the end of the year, for the most part.
No, you don't.
Right?
No,
huh?
No. Every team runs its own race. If you don't play well, you can bail on the team.
Yeah, but they've got
Rangers did.
But like you said, you're still a point out. So you got to believe in that team. There's got to be something you believe in.
I think we're sort of saying the same thing.
No, I don't like you.
No.
Hey, what do you guys think though? Fogel, you guys can have your little.
I love
why
Warren
would
Fogle.
you get rid of
I
Fogel?
love Warren Fogle, but it wasn't working this year.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't working this year. But the kid scored what 20 some
Oh,
goals
no.
for him last year.
Again,
Like,
I love Warren Fogle.
Yeah. So there are some interesting things that are going on there, but let's change gears. I want to let's go out east. Who makes it into the wild card out east? Who does Boston, and do they hang on, or does someone come up and catch them?
Heart
Does
attack
Ottawa
kids.
get in? Is the question. There you go. Can Ottawa catch them and get in?
3 back, and they've closed the gap. But oh boy, they have some real estate to make up going into it. They got to go on some kind of rule to make sure that they get in, even as close as they are right now. And that said, like they've been decent coming out of the break. Going back to before the break, they've got points in 9 of their last 10. So they're charging, but everybody has that run, and then inevitably you have a little bit of a sag, right? Or a flat spot. How long is the flat spot after this really good run that includes 3 straight wins?
It's called the Buffalo. It's called the Buffalo Run because they did it for many, many years. Where at the end of the year they'd have that run and then just kind of.
And that's why I'm waiting on Buffalo. I think they're a playoff team, but to anoint them as the Atlantic Division champions right now is still premature, given their penchant for giving back points.
Okay, how about Washington? What did you think? 2 questions for you on Washington. What do you guys think about that? What at that deadline that they had?
I was shocked, Lord Bagg.
I was
well said.
Well, my thing is I didn't pay attention to Washington, so I'm not gonna lie. Right. I just didn't care. I don't know why I didn't care, but I just didn't pay attention. I was busy looking at Toronto. I was wondering what Toronto was going to do. And it was such a weird deadline area for me with the things that moved and things that didn't move. I didn't really pay attention to one team.
I don't think Washington went into the deadline a couple of weeks out saying, we're going to parcel off some pretty valuable veteran pieces.
Right.
But the prices were so good. They examined it and went, are we better off taking a step back? Like we'll still try and make the playoffs. We got good goaltending. We've got some pretty good guys up front. We love Chikrin on the back end. We still got some really good pieces. We'll still do our best to get in. But if we can get a couple of solid prospects or picks out of this, why not?
Shouldn't every team be thinking that?
Millard froze, which is usually my thing. Hey, I will say this. John Carlson played there for 17 years. You could tell what he meant to Ovi and Tom Wilson. Am I shocked he's a UFA? Maybe he comes back and re-signs with them at the end of the year, and they try and go it alone without him. But the player that I really like and that you've talked with, Millard, is Nick Dowd. And watching him play back out west again, man, this guy, he's got another year. Vegas brought him in. Obviously,
key point, right? That extra year.
Oh, it's huge. And you watch him play, like it's impressive. And you interviewed him. I listened to you interview him yesterday on the afternoon show. The guy's got all kinds of personality, all kinds of piss and vinegar. But he's kind of
language.
Oh, there goes the G rating. Sorry, but he kind of fits. Like as a guy, if you're watching the West a lot, you kind of lose track of him because he was out in LA, then Vancouver, went out to Washington. I think, you give up some pieces, but these guys. Takes a long time to develop a player like a John Carlson or a Nick Dowd for what they bring and what they do, So
okay, let's start with the room. The
what?
The room part aspect of it.
Yeah.
And the couple of guys that they brought in 2026 or in the trade deadline window, Rasmus Anderson and Nick Dowd, real good personalities, real energetic guys. It gives the room some jump. Not saying they were lacking it, but when you lose a alpha like Alex Petrangelo, or the last couple of years you had Alec Martinez in there, or Zach Whitecloud, going back to the Stanley Cup year, Jonathan Marchessault, those big personalities, vibrant, always get the room going. Anderson and Dowd have a little bit of that. Just to infuse the room, and I'm really excited about that aspect. And Dowd's.
Do you think that was missing? Do you think the dressing room needed more?
Well, it's certainly gone through a transition in the turnover of people like
the names you mentioned. Yes.
Petro and Marty and Marceau. So it puts a little bit of that back in. And there's building on the ice, there's building in the room, and I don't think you would acquire Anderson. I don't think you would go against acquiring Anderson if he didn't have that personality. He's still a great player, but it's an added bonus. And Nick Dowd, same thing. Great player. You still like him on your team, but that personality, that little bit of energy,
right? Just brings
helps.
energy.
And I love his game. That the fourth line, the last couple of games for Vegas has looked as close to what we've seen in the past as all season. And I, in talking to a couple of people around the organization, Dowd's ability to play and match up against the other team's best players is going to save some hard minutes on the likes of Jack Eichel. And I think that's going to potentially open up more avenues for him to be successful offensively.
I have not watched the Vegas Golden Knights lately. How is Eichel? Is there any sort of Olympic hangover with him?
There, across the league there was.
Yeah.
And it was noticeable. And guys are still working their way out of it. But I've really liked the game of Jack Eichel the last two games. Noah Hannafin's looked bad. They've all had a little bit more jump. It's been noticeable in the last two games.
Okay.
Hey, so I want to just touch on what you mentioned. Like, so when you move these guys, and most guys are good guys, but some are kind of help. We talked about glue earlier, and I'll just use Carlson from Washington. When you have your teammates getting emotional about a guy that they've won with, it shows that's going to come to Anaheim now. Carlson, Trouba, look at the difference he's made in Anaheim. Yeah. Right? These guys, like, it's not just Nick Dowd here in Vegas who plays a fourth line spot, but you're right. When you take guys in and you don't know what you're getting out of that draft pick, and if, let's just say you hit on it, most likely it's going to take 2, 3, 4 years for that player to get into your lineup. They're going to have to find their way. And then you hope that builds, that kind of leadership quality builds. But if you look around the teams that have turned it around and the teams that are successful, like I watched Trouba. Trouba looks like he's, like whatever happened in New York, he got all that off his back. He's brought all this positive energy and unbelievable play.
It was the lady he was living with, obviously. It was the lady that wouldn't let him get traded for a while. It's like as soon as he got away from her, he's fantastic. We talked about Vegas a lot, and I think Nick Dowd is bringing that. I don't think there's any question. But you look around the league, and they didn't get much for. But look at what they got. They didn't give up much to get Trouba, but look what they got in return. So, yeah, you might give up a lot for John Carlson, but look at what you're getting in return as you're trying to get over the hump and you're trying to be competitive in a division where Vegas and Edmonton are most likely going to go pedal to the metal to go head-to-head with you. So
I'm impressed by what Washington did because those two deals, Carlson one, more specifically, those are difficult deals to sell to your fan base and to your team. And you turn around and take out a Hall of Fame defenseman and a guy that should have a statue in front of the rink when he's done in John Carlson, and a very popular teammate and player from the spectators in Nick. Yes, he John Carlson. John Carlson's incredible. What a
statue! But a statue.
Why not? Yeah, name a better defenseman.
How much brass do you have at home that you're just building statues all over the place?
But those are deals that more teams would sit on and pass on to not upset that core of your fan base or your players, but you go out and you're aggressive and you recoup some assets. I give them a whole lot of credit. It falls into the Vegas way of thinking, the Tampa Bay way of thinking, where you have to remove the emotion and make the best deal for the hockey club. And I think Washington really made me give them stick taps about those two deals in particular.
Do you do that though because there is a chance this is Ovi's last year and you gotta pull the tape off and you got to pull the Band-Aid completely off?
Less reason to make the deal if it's Ovi's last year. You hold on and let them all go out together with Ovi and have a celebration and hopefully make a push and get into the playoffs. It's even more difficult or eye-catching because it could be Ovi's last year, and you do this and potentially letting him finish with a whimper instead of a celebration.
Maybe that's why they did it. They're just like, if you're going to leave us, we're going to make you cry.
End of his 15-year deal.
Yeah.
Who saw it coming?
Great.
Lord Bagg, I got a chance to see you do a show here in Vegas a week or so ago, and you were fantastic.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And I think, and what it does, every time I see you do a show, I go down like 3 days of Ian Bagg videos of just watching show after show after show. And man, oh man, you're funny. I don't know how you do it. And I don't know how you get out of there without getting punched a lot of nights, but it's funny, dude. And I know people that listen to this are aware of how talented you are, but man, oh man, I wish I could see you do your thing more often in person.
It was nice that you made it out. I love that you're able.
You were very popular after the show too.
It's been crazy, the meet and greets afterwards. The meet and greets are almost as long as the show sometimes. Like at the same time, I'm just like, oh my God. So it's been fun.
There was a race to get in line for the meet and greet.
Really? I didn't even.
Yeah, like a literal like jockeying for position to get in line for the meet and greet.
I had this one guy tell me, he goes, you know, I had such a great time. I brought my wife. She hates even more now, but I loved it.
We saw you in Nashville in 2023, and there's three of us there, me and Garrett Calloway and Katie Bettinger. We all work for the Vegas Golden Knights, and Katie left. She had to go do something with the team ahead of the I think it was the awards that night. I can't remember what was happening that night. And then you went off on a tangent, and I've never been so happy that Katie left because sitting there with your female coworker would have been awkward. Garrett and I are just looking at each other going, we're really glad Katie left when she did.
Timing. Sometimes Jesus looks out for you.
I wouldn't have known. Should I laugh? Should I not laugh?
Yeah.
But when Katie left, I laughed.
You're just looking at her to see when you can laugh.
Yeah. Well, there's certain words that you use where I'm not sure.
Yeah, I get it. I get people that come to the show and they're like, they bring people to see how they respond. Like they'll bring their friends and they'll just want to watch them have fun, you know, and see if they can still be friends with them afterwards.
I can't wait until my daughter turns 21 so I can bring her. She was bummed.
We'll make it happen.
It was a 21 and over crowd. And I got to see Sharples there.
Sharples is the best.
Thank you.
The best.
Just a thank you. Thank you. I got to see Michelle too, so that was nice.
That's the Sharples you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He didn't say Jeff Sharples. He said
Mrs. Sharples.
That's fine.
Got to see Mrs. Sharples.
I actually I enjoyed. It was kind of fun to watch people that are a little tight in the back. You can see people wanting to have fun with some of the stuff that LB's saying, but you can see some of them there's no way they've decided they hate you right away. But usually it takes you a little while to warm them up, and then they all come around. Some of the people that I thought just despised you, they're the first people to come up after the show. Oh, that was awesome. I'm like, it's hard to read people sometimes, but LB does a good job of it.
You really, the people sometimes that you think hate you love you the most, and the people that had the most fun, as soon as it's over, they go back into normal thinking and they hate you. It's like I bring up that I'm an escape, right?
Yeah.
So that hour is them being just nothing else matters. But as soon as it's over, they're like, nope, this is who I am. Good luck. You, sir, are going to hell.
You said something, there was some law enforcement there, including somebody that was in the military. And they said they did a tour in Afghanistan. You said military or on your bike? I was like, how the hell do you think that?
I think
Then I couldn't, all the way home, I'm thinking about this person pedaling around.
you know what's funny about it is I'd been watching this guy on TikTok bike around Afghanistan. That's why.
Really?
Yeah,
That's where that came from?
Yeah, that's where it came from. Because he's on his bike and the Taliban, he's having chats with the Taliban. They're like, no, we enjoy Americans when they come over this way. We didn't enjoy the way we came over last time. Right. So
Okay.
my favorite thing the whole weekend was, and I think it may be the funniest thing I've said in a long time, was there was an old guy there and his wife had died. And I asked him how they met, and he said, in elementary school. And I said, please tell me you're the same age.
And the guy confided in you that his wife had died, and you went back to it like 3 times.
But he was having fun. I knew why he was there. I knew why he was there. I forgot to tell you this. So there was a girl, and I tried to set him up with a girl that was on Xanax.
Oh,
Right? And she came for a photo, and I went to shake her hand right into her tit. Just shook her tit. Just,
what?
Anywhere else, it would have been a big deal. She was so strung out on Xanax, she didn't even care. Just shook it with me.
Yeah, but there is a side of me that thinks, okay, he's going to get punched tonight.
This is the night. You'd be surprised the nights that it happens.
Nobody's ever done that though, have they?
Yeah, I've had it happen a couple times. But
Really?
it's it's a learning curve.
Like somebody's taking a swing at you?
Yeah, somebody's connected.
No way.
Yeah. I've had glasses thrown on me. I was in Dallas this one time, and this guy threw a rock glass at me. Just when I could see it coming, I just happened to step into the side of it and hit the wall, but it didn't break. And there's all these women in the front, and they just went "Tss," like that, right? And he was a big muscle guy, and I said, "Oh man," I said, "less squats, more shoulders."
I'm sure that just
It didn't
calm
calm
things
anything
down.
down at all. Yeah. But there's those nights you just like sometimes you push forward, sometimes you pull back. You just like sometimes I'm just like I don't want them to ruin the rest of the crowd's night because they're in over their head. And to be honest with you, the people that lose their mind the most, they're just not smart. They don't get it, right? They don't. It's moving because the show moves very fast.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. Like, and when they're lost, they're lost. But anyways, back to Buffalo.
We gotta wrap, boys. The window guys here, so I gotta go
geez.
pay some money for some. We thought when we moved into our place here a few years ago that we only needed some curtains. We realized that in Vegas you need more than some curtains, or shades, I guess.
Got to take down.
Oh, so you're doing blinds, or what kind
We're
of?
doing
What
some
kind of
blinds today. Yeah, we're doing some blinds
like
because it's
roll
so
up
bright
ones,
out
or
here.
the slits, the slants?
The roll up ones.
Yeah, on motors.
Yeah, we're gonna do motors
Yes.
because I did the Armstrong ones before, and they're great, but the motor ones are nice.
What are Armstrong ones?
Where you?
Oh,
Yeah.
did not know that. You guys both know that because you both
Yeah.
did it at the same
Hey,
time.
we both grew up in northern British Columbia. There's no electric blinds there, not then. So,
You didn't want to be called a pussy. Hey, Dad, can we get electric blinds? Yeah, pussy.
hey, you know what? we didn't even have cable TV, so rotary dial, right? So,
Rotary dial.
Mallard, I don't know if you guys want to keep talking or if you want to do some shout outs, but I got to run here in a minute. Any
Well,
shout outs?
just do your shout out, Jeff, real quick.
I'm going to do a shout out to Cam Miller today because he said to me, he said, thank Lord Bagg for texting me. And then he says, don't offer to put something, don't tell me to go to the website to buy something when it's not there. with our orange slices shirts. So I'm like, I was like, Cam, totally taking you down. I got to shout him out because I knew that'd get you fired up. I was howling this morning. He's like, tell Lord Bagg, thanks for texting me back. And he's still carrying that from
I
when
haven't
you,
received a text from him. Tell him I haven't
it
received
was
a
like
text
in
from him.
Seattle or something, whenever you were up there. That was like months ago. He's
Oh, so he
still,
texted me once? He texted me once and I didn't get back to him?
but he's really sour because I guess he wants to go get their hot property, those orange slices hats. So he's like, don't tell me to go to his website and not put it there. So
I was going to wait
I,
until the hoodies are done.
I couldn't wait to chirp you on that this morning. I was like,
I was going to wait until the hoodies are done. And
yeah, what?
can,
Okay,
you
we
can
can
give him a
tell him.
shout out, but can I give him a fuck you?
You certainly can. All right, boys, you guys can carry on without me. Love to all. Mallard, I'll talk to you. You're doing the game tonight, so I won't see you on the ice today, right?
Oh
No.
my God.
Okay.
He's like your grandma. He's just like, okay, I'm going to hang up and then ask 8 more questions.
That's my mom. I am my mother's son. So okay, love to all.
Bye.
All right.
I thought he was going to say, I'm my son's mother.
I'm my son's mother.
I thought for sure he was screwing that up.
That's what you want flying your plane.
Have you been walking the dogs on the beach? Is it nice?
It's nice. It is very nice here. It was really hot yesterday. It was pretty great. We're having some work done. I'm having a dog run put in right now on the side of the house, fake grass and stuff like that. So that's what we've got going on. So
Okay, what constituted a dog run?
it's like from the front of the property to the back of the property, and it's on the one side, and we're putting in like fire hydrants and stuff like that. So
No way.
yeah, yeah.
And are you fencing it in so they
It's
can
not
just stay out there?
Well, the backyard's completely like the property's completely fenced in, so they're fine.
Okay.
But it's just that side for them. So yeah.
So it's a souped up dog park.
Yes.
You have your own dog park.
Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Wow. And where do you get the fire hydrants?
Just online. You can buy them online.
Oh yeah, you didn't just go down the street and knock one over?
That's funny. Just go steal one, just let it spray in the air, just walk away.
Do
Trouble
you think
back there.
does it really do that like in the movies where somebody knocks it over and just
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
powerful too. To, like just knock people down. You know.
I think you
My
should have
wife-
done that.
My wife said they used to, when she grew up, they used to come out when it was hot during the summer and open them up for the kids to play in.
Oh.
Yeah, and when it first started, kids being pushed down the street from the power.
Get a little hot water doing that here,
Yeah.
no pun intended, letting the water go. You let your sprinkler on drip for an extra day. They
Oh, yeah.
track you down.
Some guy just show up at your house with a ticket.
Yeah.
Mr. Millard, I see you dropped a bottle of water out front.
I see them driving around with their little computers in the car, and they're like looking in.
Really?
The creepiest thing that I didn't know existed until I moved to the States was the HOA that drives around and sends you pictures of your house.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Even creepier is it's just one of your neighbors that got voted in. Like it's so weird.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
God.
are you really doing that?
Yeah. We have people that look in our garbage cans to make sure that you're putting the right stuff in the right
No.
garbage can. Yeah. So you get tickets if you got the wrong stuff in your garbage can.
Really?
Because they've given us the green garbage can, which is just compost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to have the right stuff in the compost. But I'm just like, well, how do you know if I put it out front, how do I know if some guy just hasn't walked by and thrown a can in? Like, how do you know it's me?
Totally.
So
You know what you should do is, do you have a ring cam?
yes.
Okay. Put on a hoodie or just go out but put on a hoodie and a disguise and walk by and throw
Fine.
something in
Just throw.
and then send them that video.
Just put
I don't
it
know
in.
who did this.
I don't know who did this. And so, of course, I'm so dumb. I look right into the camera.
It's like, hey, I'm playing Phoenix next week. I think it would work. I think it would totally work.
I gotta play Phoenix so I can pay for my ticket.
I can't believe people snoop into your garbage to check out.
This one, yeah, guide rail. Well, even better, I swear last week I was sitting out front and we've got the three different garbage cans. I swear two garbage cans went into the same truck. I'm just like, I'm like, oh, we have to, right? I'm like,
Oh,
when I have a photo of it once when I was in Newark, you know how they have those at the airport there, they have the cans, recycle, and garbage, right? You know,
yeah.
and I picked up the thing and it was all into one bag.
Yes, I've seen that before,
I'm
but
just like,
just the slots are different.
yeah, the slots are different, but the bag's all the same.
So the person tossing the stuff feels better about
Yeah,
themselves,
yeah.
but it's no better for the.
No.
Now, did anybody look at you when they lifted up the lid?
Well, I had a bag. I had to pick up the lid because I had a bag that wouldn't fit in the holes. And I was like, what?
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they were looking at me because what's he putting inside there? That's a little large to be putting in there. What?
Yeah, that's not a. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get.
There'll be some questions
Yeah,
from the authorities.
sir,
Yeah.
excuse me. What's on your agenda? I got to go, but
I was this weekend. I'm in New Jersey and New York. You? What do you got?
I am at home for home games on Thursday, Saturday, and Monday. So every second day.
When the playoffs start, you start traveling with the team, right?
Yeah, the first round, just the first round, and then we trade off. We kind of rotate for the second, third, and the Stanley Cup final. I'm mentioning that because I'm confident.
I was actually thinking, like, holy shit, he's got plans. Oh, I was actually thinking, I knew it was a scam. They've already got it planned out.
That's the NFL. It's fixed. It's fixed. You know how hard it would be to get 50 athletes on the same page to fix a game?
Yeah. I've always said that about Kennedy. Like, sure, nobody's talked. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I can't even get to the airport without somebody squealing that I'm going to the airport. So
Yeah, we're the same way in this house. Like, who left the dish on the counter? Yeah, right there.
yeah.
Like, complete sellout.
We know our families would want to throw us under the bus immediately if we did something like that, right?
Our 19-year-old is the greatest narc in the world. She's the best. Like, she will find stuff out on her sister, not even looking for it, and takes 2 seconds to.
You've got to get that put on a Yeti cup. Greatest narc ever.
Greatest narc ever. Like, she goes, your daughter got dress coded the other day. I'm like, yeah, she's grown. Her shorts are too short. That's why she's like, no, she's rolling them up. Like, how do you know that? Somebody told me. I'm like, you don't even go to the school anymore. Somebody told me.
I've got people.
Wow.
I've always got people.
Like, that's damn impressive.
That's really impressive.
Think about a career in law enforcement. Nah. Like, oh yeah, shy away from the thing that you're naturally good at and go for something hard. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Well, have a good show this weekend. Good shows this weekend, my friend.
Thanks, buddy. You take care of yourself. We love it when you drop by the pod and say hi to us. We always have a good laugh with you. So
you and your community are the greatest. Honestly, I chuckle.
They're a bunch of wits. We love these people.
See you, my friend.
See you, buddy. Have a great day.
Bye.